Hi, my name is Roberta, and we will be teaching you about public domain and fair use.
There is a lot about public domain and fair use that you probably don't even know about.
For example, Shakespeare's and Beethoven's compositions and works are under public domain. This means that anybody can use them or record them playing them and won't get in trouble.
Something that isn't part of public domain is something that has its copyright up to date or has been newly published.
A reason for something to be in public domain could be that it was published before 1923. It could be in public domain because the original creator has died as well.
Another reason something goes into public domain is when its copyright has expired or it never had a copyright in the first place.
The only problem is that in the United States, it can be quite complex to determine if something has entered public domain or not, due to the fact that the laws have been manipulated and extended over the many years of creating and changing this law.
Many believe that if an image is under this law, it is free to use no matter what, but that is not completely true. If the picture makes fun of someone or could cause them to feel bad, you need consent from them to use that picture. The picture also can't endorse a company or suggest a company to anyone who could see it.
Public domain also varies from country to country. Depending on where you live, you could get in trouble for different things.
This law is particularly important to scholars or researchers because they are the most often people who use public domain, or their works themselves are in public domain. If it isn't public domain and you use it, it is copywriting, which may have some serious consequences.
Now that we are done with public domain,
it's time to talk about fair use.
Fair use is an exception to the copyright law.
It allows limited use on copyrighted material without having to get permission from the person who copyrighted the material or who holds the rights to the copyright.
Some examples are when you comment on something or criticize something. Others are parodies, news reports, and research.
You cannot tell if what you take is fair use or not. There is no certain amount of items you can take to make sure it is fair use. Even if you cite the person, it is not asking permission, and that is not fair use.
The term fair use originated in the United States. There are 4 factors for something to be called fair use.
One factor is the purpose of the use of the copyrighted material you used. Another factor is the character of the copyrighted item you used.
A third factor is the amount of the portion you used compared to the entire copyrighted item. And the final factor is the effect the portion you used on the market price of the copyrighted item. If the item you used isn't fair use, it is copywriting, which may have serious consequences.
Now you know about fair use in public domain, and hopefully you don't make any mistakes and get sent to jail.
That would be awful, and that's why we told you about public domain and fair use, and that if it isn't fair use or public domain, it is copywriting.
The websites we used are in the credits.
Thanks for watching!